pleasure, and seeing William and Avantika together in love. Perfect example of love. And the songs which Avantika had just sang, they were bringing tears to me. One of the lines was, Sabse unchi prem sagai. The highest relationship is the relationship of love. Sabse means of all things. Unchi is high. Highest of high. Higher than Mount Everest. Higher than the sky. Sabse means there's nothing higher than love. Sabse, sab means everything. Sabse, unchi, higher and higher and higher. Prem is love. And sagai is the relationship. Sabse unchi prem sagai. And we all know it. And the idea of love, the practice of love, has been with humanity from the very beginning. Jesus Christ taught the same message. The Buddha taught the same message. Lao Tzu taught the same message. Muhammad taught the same message. Mother Teresa taught the same message. And you can have a long list. And we all know it. And yet we need to refresh it every day. Like an apple on the tree. We had that apple last year, and we had apple the year before, and we had that apple with our parents and with our grandparents, and yet in every season we have beautiful, juicy, delicious apples, and we eat it, and we are nourished. So love is like that. Love never gets old. Love never goes out of date. There's no label on love set by date. It's always refreshing, always inspiring. Now, I have written this book, Radical Love. Why did I put this radical? Love is enough by itself. There's no need for any adjective or explanation or description or nothing it needs. Yet, I have made a little difference between moderate love and radical love. Moderate love is to love someone you like. To love someone you agree with. You celebrate. You appreciate. And you love someone and you want to be loved back. You expect to be loved back. That is, I call, moderate love. Which is very good. We do it every day. We need it. It's wonderful. We love our wife, our husbands, our children, our parents, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, and they love us back. We go together, walking together, lunch together, picnic together, all that's moderate love. Beautiful. Wonderful. And that love needs to be practiced too. Because sometimes we forget even to love our husband. And we forget to love our wives. And love our parents. And love our children. So even moderate love is becoming a little bit rare. We fall in love and we fall out of love. Even moderate love doesn't last these days very long. So yes, please practice moderate love every day and never fall out of love. That's good. But radical love is a little step further. Radical love is to love without any expectations. No expectations whatsoever. You drop all expectations and all conditions. Radical love is unilateral love. Radical love is unconditional love. Radical love is to love even those you don't like. Even those with whom you don't agree. Not only don't agree, but you violently disagree and violently dislike. And yet, those who put thorns and obstacles on your path, you put flowers on their path. That is a step further than moderate love. That needs a lot of courage. Radical love is not love for the faint heart, not for the weak heart, not for the dilettante lovers. Dilettante love is okay, comes and goes. But radical love is to say, I will love whoever you are, undiscriminating, without any judgment. Like the sun loves us all. And the sun doesn't say, only a good saintly Jesus Christ or St. Francis or Mother Teresa can come and have sunbathing under my sun. But if you are a sinner, you are a bad person, you are not a good person, you are a sinner, you are a prisoner, you are bad, you can't have sun. Sun treats everyone with love. We had a solstice recently, and I celebrated Solstice Day. And the water, and the fire, and the air. And we are sun, and the fire, and the water, and the air, and the earth. But somehow we have cultivated something more than what we are. And we have cultivated this judgmental, critical mind. And we want other people to behave in the way we want them to behave. I want you to behave the way I want you to behave, and you want me to behave the way you want me to behave. Radical love is you behave as you wish. And I will behave in my way, and yet we meet together. And yet we meet in a common ground of love, respect for each other, love for each other, appreciation for each other. We are all different. So this diversity of cultures, diversity of nationality, diversity of religions, diversity of attitudes and beliefs, diversity of truths. There are 8 billion people on this planet Earth. There are 8 billion truths, 8 billion religions. In Bhagavad Gita, we say Swadharma. Swadharma. Swa means self, your own dharma. Every one of you have your own dharma, your own truth. So as you love your truth and your dharma and yourself, and that is hard enough. Loving yourself is hard enough. And you have to start there. If you really want to love others, you have to love yourself. Jesus Christ says, love your neighbor as, by the next sentence, as yourself. We have forgotten to love ourselves. And why we don't love others? Why we hate others? Why we despise others? Why we are critical of others and judgmental of others? Because we are disliking ourselves. We are judgmental of ourselves. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I can't do that. I was not brought up enough properly. I went to this school or that school. Teachers didn't teach me very well. My parents were this. This was that. This was that. We put ourselves down. So, if you want to be a true lover of the whole world and everyone, start with yourself. You are a very special, unique person. Each and every one of us are. 8 billion people, each and every one is a divine being with soul, with spirit, with creativity, with imagination. Avantika sang and Jed sang. All of us can sing. We can learn to sing. If you can learn to speak, you can learn to sing. Join the classes with Avantika. You can learn to dance. And you can learn to love yourself. Try. Say from today, I'm going to start learning to love myself and love everyone. I'm going to learn. Like you decide, Jet played such a beautiful guitar. I want to learn guitar. You decide. How can I learn? Who is a good teacher in my town? In Melbourne, or in Worcester, or in Birmingham? Who is a good teacher? Who can teach me? I'll pay. I'll pay £10 a lesson or £20 a lesson. You decide. And you learn to play violin. You learn to dance. You learn to sing. You learn to play piano. You learn to play this harmonium. You learn. You can decide to learn to love yourself. From today, I'm going to love myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm a very special being. A gift from the universe. And loving yourself is not ego. You don't say, I'm better than you. I want control over you. I want everything to be done as I want them to be done. That's ego. Love is not ego. Loving yourself is not ego, not selfish. Like you feed yourself. You don't say, oh, I don't want to feed my body. That's too selfish. I don't want breakfast because that's too selfish. I don't want to bathe my body and dress my body. That's too selfish. Not selfish. You have to feed yourself. You have to bathe yourself. You have to dress yourself. So, as you take care of your body, and it's not selfish, and then you take care of others' bodies. And you cook delicious food for your children, and you cook delicious food for your wife and husband, and your parents, and your guests, and Satish Kumar coming, and Avantika cook delicious meal. That's how you extend your love. You love yourself and you love others. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. You don't know how to feed yourself, you can't feed others. You don't know how to cook for yourself, you can't cook for others. So loving yourself is a prerequisite for loving others. And accept yourself as you are, who you are. Without being, oh, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too black, I'm too white, I'm too this, I'm too that. Always judgmental, critical. No, you are good as you are. Start from that point. And then, of course, you feed yourself, you exercise yourself, you do yoga, you do meditation, you go for a walk, you look after your body, you stay slim, you stay beautiful, you stay young, you stay old. I'm old, but I'm still young. Do you see any lack of energy in me? Why? Because I accept myself as I am. And then I accept you as you are, without any judgment. So that's the radical love, that you love everyone. Hatred is too heavy a burden to carry on your shoulders. Out of hatred you can kill. But only love can transform an enemy into a friend. Transformative power of love. There is no transformative power of hatred. There is a power to kill, the power to destroy out of hatred, out of anger. I want to kill. That person is bad. Even sometimes people kill their own family members out of anger, out of hatred, out of fear. Love is letting go of fear. Love is to trust yourself. Love is to trust everyone. In our society today, most of us are suffering from trust deficit disorder. And no GP or doctor or surgeon or hospital or chemist can give you medicine to treat your trust deficit disorder. Only love can cure your trust deficit disorder. I'm prepared to be cheated. I'm prepared to be killed. I'm prepared to be hurt. And yet I will trust. As William mentioned, I went around the world. 15 countries, Muslim countries, Christian countries, communist countries, capitalist countries, rich countries, poor countries, aristocratic countries, working class countries. And I went without a single penny in my pocket. Not a cent. Or cent or cent, what do you call it? Cent. Not a penny. For 2.5 years. But I had a heart full of love and trust. I will trust Muslims. I'll trust Christians. I'll trust communists. I'll trust capitalists. I trust people living in the Kremlin. I'll trust people living in the White House. I will trust. And it's not that all was smooth. I was hungry. I faced bullet twice. Not in Afghanistan or Iran or Georgia or Azerbaijan, but a bullet in Paris. Mistaken as Algerian, and at that time there was Algerian war in France and Algeria. And once in America, thrown out of restaurant on a gunpoint. But I'm prepared to be killed. You only once die. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm afraid of hatred. Death is coming. Everybody will die, one day or other, sooner or later. Why being afraid of death? It's better to be afraid of hatred and mistrust. For 2.5 years, without a penny in my pocket, I went. And I met Bertrand Russell, and I met Martin Luther King, and I went in the Kremlin, and I was in the White House, and I was in newspapers. Don't know why. I just trusted. So, what I speak to you is not a theory, not just an idea. I'm speaking to you from my heart, from my experience. I've lived 86 years of my life without worrying about money, without worrying about job, without worrying about anybody might hurt me or cheat me, nothing, no worry. The moment you let go of your worry, you are free. You are liberated. All our bondage is self-created. We make our own prison. We put ourselves in a kind of chains ourselves. In our own worries, in our own mistrust, in our own fear, our own hatred. So the moment you start to trust yourself, love yourself, believe in yourself. I believe in myself. I can walk 8,000 miles across the continent. We'll see what happens. I can do it. Why not? I have 2 legs. They can take me anywhere. Does it matter? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? What does it matter? When God made time, He made plenty of it. Is there a shortage of time? We fly. Oh, it takes 6 hours. Oh, too many. I want to fly in 3 hours. 3 hours, 6 hours only in your mind. Time is eternal. So 2.5 years were the best 2.5 years of my life. I can tell the stories, I can write the books, I can speak about it. Because of the trust. So love is letting go of this fear, the hatred, the negative feeling, the kind of lack of trust in yourself and in others. And we can treat it. And we can learn to love. Now, there are these obstacles, like I said, critical. If I'm critical of myself, or I'm critical of my wife, I criticize, I judge. Who am I to criticize my wife? She's her own person. Who am I to criticize my son or daughter? They are their own person. Let them make mistakes. Making mistake is a good thing. Do you remember any time in your life you never made a mistake? Do you remember when you were a baby and child and you started to learn to walk? How many steps did you take and you fall down? You fell down. When you started to speak English, did you speak perfect Oxford English on the first day? How many mistakes did you make? We all learn by making mistakes. Making mistakes is a good thing. I'm speaking to you in English, but I'm making lots of mistakes. You can criticize my English. Making mistake is no problem. Learning from the mistake. We learn. No fear of mistake. So if somebody else is making mistake, then let them learn from that mistake. Let them go through the experience. Life is ups and downs. Life is never straightforward. And if it was straightforward, it would be boring. And our lives are becoming boring. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, get a pension, and die. No adventure. This is how our life is designed, organized. No adventure. Life is a journey, life is a pilgrimage, life is adventure. And then we go and look for some adventures, climb Mount Everest, or do this or that, or something. Every moment of your life is a climbing of an Everest. And so, radical love goes a step further than moderate love, but we need both. And in order to have love, I said about ego, we have to move from ego to eco. From ego to eco, just to change that one letter, from G to C, and you change the world. Just one letter will change from ego to eco, and you change the world. Ego separates. Eco connects. That's all it is. Ego separates. I'm separate from you. I'm separate from nature. I'm separate from black people. I'm separate from white people. I'm separate from communists. I'm separate from capitalists. I'm separate from rich. I'm separate from poor. I'm separate from everybody. Separation, separation, separation. Love is connecting. Eco. Eco is a whole. The Greek word for ecology and economy. Ecos means home. In home you connect. Home is a place of relationship. Husband, wife, children, parents, friends, colleagues, guests, they're all relationships. The moment we are in a relationship, and a relationship of love, sabse uchi prem sagai, the highest form of relationship is love. The moment you come together, you're equal. From ego to ego. Then your mind becomes magnanimous. The whole cosmos is your country. Of course, you can be English and Scottish and Welsh and whatever you are. But go a bit further. When you can have a whole cosmos as your country. What a great empire you have. You can have a big empire. Why are you satisfied with just a little Englishman or Englishwoman? That's too little. Whole cosmos is your country. And whole planet is your home. Of course, you can have your home in Melbourne or Worcester or wherever. That's wonderful. I have a home in Cavan. I love it. I've been there for 40 years. But in my consciousness, in my mind, whole planet is my home. And as I look after my home, Ford House in Heartland with the 2 acres and have 3 bedrooms and a kitchen and a sitting room, I look after the whole planet in the same way. That is love of planet. You love yourself, then you love the whole planet. Your love extends to far and wide and above and below, everywhere. No limits, unlimited love. Whole planet is our home. That's why ecology is ecos means whole planet home. And all the birds in the sky and the animals and dwelling in the forest, they are all my brothers and sisters. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. In our India we say, Vasudha means the whole planet and Kutumbakam means family. They are the family members in the sky, 4-legged and winged. The American Indians and the indigenous wisdom people had this realization that they are all members of our family. What a big heart, what a big mind. Why are you just happy with just a little family of 4 children or 2 children and husband and wife, and this is it, this is it. Extend, extend, extend. Go from self to see the whole world in yourself, and your whole world in yourself, and yourself into the whole world. That's radical love. And then nature is my nationality. I'm British, I'm English, I'm Indian, I'm Chinese, I'm Russian, are all fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling your nation wherever you are born. But the word nation or nature come from the same root. And nature comes from the same root. Etymologically, if you look in your dictionary. And what it means, nature means what is born. Like natal. A mother is pregnant, she has a prenatal check. A midwife comes and looks after prenatal, before the birth. Prenatal means before the birth. And then we have a baby. And the midwife comes to see if everything okay. Mother okay, child okay. That's called postnatal check. The word natal and nature, same. And nation, same. You are English because you are born in England. But you are born this planet. You are in nature. Nature out there and nature here are not separate. We are nature. When we think of nature as mountains and trees and Malvern, beautiful hills, and birds and animals are nature, and we humans are not nature. That's a mistaken view. That's not love. That's a separation. We are nature. We are made of each other. And so nature is my nationality, and then I can have enjoyed many nationalities. Doesn't matter, Indian, English, Scottish, Welsh, whatever you are, French, Chinese, Russian, doesn't matter. But as we become nationalist, I say, no, 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 English better than French, and French is better than German, and German is better than Russian, and Russians are bad, and Iranians are bad, and Chinese are bad, and Americans are good, and this and that. That's not love. Big your heart, make your heart so big that everybody is born, is nature, and I am born, I'm nature, and nature is my true nationality, that all other nationalities are fine, no problem. But nationalism narrows you down. And then, love is my religion. This is the fourth line. Love is my religion. You can be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Baha'i, Jew, whatever religion you have. These are all names. They're all labels. And names are good because they recognize the origin of a particular culture. If you are born in India, you are most likely to be born a Hindu or a Muslim, or in Arab countries, a Muslim. If you are born in Europe, you are most likely to be a Christian. If you are born in Japan or Vietnam or somewhere, Tibet, you might be more likely to be a Buddhist. So like you can say an Indian, you can be a Buddhist, you can call Christian. But Christianity is not superior to Buddhism, or Buddhism is not superior to Christianity, or Islam is not better than Christianity, or Christianity is not better than Islam. They're all different religions. But ultimately, all religions have one thing in common, and that is love. Whichever religion you look, open the book, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, the Bible, Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching, whatever book you open, it's love. They all teach love, perennial wisdom, never out of date. So, remember these 4 lines of radical love. Whole cosmos is my country. Whole planet Earth is my home. Nature is my nationality, and love is my religion. What is your problem? What is your question? Love is the answer. Love is the solution. Your personal problems, your social justice problems, your war, your Ukraine war, your Middle East war, your Afghanistan war, your Iraq war, your Vietnam war, your Kashmir war, your caste war, your religious war, whatever you have, all solved. Just like that. You don't need too many laws and diplomats and ambassadors. Diplomats have forgotten diplomacy. Politicians have forgotten to be statesmen. Is Biden a statesman? Is Boris Johnson a statesman? Xi Jinping a statesman? Putin a statesman? Modi a statesman? They are nothing. Pygmies. They've forgotten love. They've forgotten diplomacy. They've forgotten statesmanship. How to communicate, how to respect each other, how to live together. No. You are my enemy. I'll kill you. How many have you killed in the history? First World War, Second World War, millions and millions we have killed. We have never learned anything. We still go to war. America spends more money on armaments than the entire world put together. China, Russia, India, Europe, Africa, South America, everybody put together their military budget on one side and Pentagon budget on one side. America spends more money than the entire world together, and still they are not happy. And they are still not loved everywhere. Chinese don't like them, Russians don't like them, Iranians don't like them, South Africans, Indians, they think that it's a bit of empire, American way, everywhere. High-rise buildings, everywhere Coca-Cola, everywhere McDonald's, everywhere this. American way of life is best. Be an atheist, be a materialist, just cheap money, nothing else. So, cosmos is my country. I love Americans. I love Chinese. I love Russians. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Christian. I'm a Hindu. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Jew, and I'm love. I'm spirit. I'm consciousness. I'm soul. I'm everything. Everybody's in me, and I'm in everybody. That's a kind of big-heartedness that we need. And it's not difficult. We can teach this in our schools. We can teach this in our universities. Rather than just wasting 10, 15, 20 years of learning to hate and learning to judge and learning to criticize critical studies of Shakespeare. Who are you to criticize Shakespeare? Have you written any play? Have you written any sonnet? Have you even read sonnets? And you become, I'm a critical student of Shakespeare. Appreciate, not criticize. Appreciate Shakespeare. Appreciate Marx. Appreciate Jesus Christ. Appreciate Buddha. Appreciate your neighbor. Appreciate yourself. Celebrate. Celebrate. That's love. So, dear friends, you know it all. I'm just reminding you what you already know. I've said nothing new which you don't know. But you have buried it under sort of your subconscious. You have forgotten it, or I have forgotten it. So sometimes we need to be reminded. Sabse unchi prema sakai. The highest form of relationship is love. And you and I are capable of loving. We have the capacity to love, enormous love we can have. You don't have to go to Marks and Spencer to buy love. You don't have to go to Asda or Morrison's to buy love. You have it in your heart. It's a heart quality. Throw it in your heart. But we have suppressed it. And we have covered it with our anger and fear and jealousy and hatred and all those things. Just remove those covers and love will grow. It will flower. All our flowering, all our thriving is mutual. We thrive together. We flourish together. We work together. That's love. So, please, if you like to go a bit further, buy my book. There's no for sale here, so you can order through your bookshop. But I think we need a new love revolution. We are too inundated with too many problems, and we have forgotten the solution. The only one solution. The one magic solution, the magic medicine for all our problems. Just a magic solution. Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak, Modi, Xi Jinping, Putin, everybody needs to learn love. They've forgotten. They're spending, love is cheaper, love is economical. They don't want about economy, economists. They're all sitting there economists. They don't know how to create a society based on economical ways. War is very expensive. War is very wasteful. It creates global warming, it creates climate change, it creates so many problems. What solution can you have in war? In the end, you have to talk peace. Vietnam War. 400,000 American soldiers were killed. 400,000. What did they achieve? Vietnam is still communist. They don't learn anything. Learn to love. Love Vietnamese, love communists, love capitalists. Only thing in love you do is do no harm to anyone. So love is to do no harm. Do no harm to Russians, do no harm to Chinese, do no harm to Americans, do no harm to anyone. No harm. Just negotiate, come to common ground, appreciate, let live and let live. Live and let live. Very simple. It's not a complex science. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.